Then you have avoid going to single cards. Those are kind of similar to both the self-improvement bucks and the actual token, which basically means sometimes in the simulation, a card will say you've done something that's so great that you've earned this avoid going to single card, which goes back to the same concept of the money or the token, meaning that scenario or that fate does not apply to you because you could turn this in because you've done something that puts you in a predicament where that situation is not going to yield you going back to single or getting a divorce. So if you look right here, I can see it from here. On this, it says you've been cheated on. It says roll 3 or lower and go back to single, or 4 or higher and work it out. So this is how the simulation works. So if you land on that space, if you get cheated on or you cheat, so if you were to cheat and that was to happen, you would lose turns if you rolled the 4 or higher. And if you rolled a 3 or lower, of course, your fate is to go back to single. Remember, if you have money, you can pay for self-help or pay for counseling to prevent that from being the conclusion. That kind of gives a little bit more control to the player, but it keeps the integrity of the simulation because you literally can go to counseling to prevent a divorce because these things have happened. But just like real life, if you don't have the money to do so, that luxury might not be the option that you have to try to save your marriage. Because in the game, it might say, take 2 rolls on your last space because you've done something that was great towards the relationship. And when it says that, you roll and the next one says lose a turn or lose 2 turns. So what do? You just got 2 turns and then it's saying you lose 1 turn. Do you still get that extra roll? No, you do not. Why is that? The last space always trumps the previous space. Why is that? Because in real life, you'll do things that are great, that actually are beneficial to the relationship, but you can have a slip up that actually drastically ruins the momentum of what actually happened prior to that gave you the momentum.